Hey, what's going on? I'm Jay Dudley. I um, still out here in Perryton or Perrytown or Periton, Texas, and out here with Grindstone Ministries for the relief effort for the tornado that came through down here, and uh, it's been an interesting time. Not necessarily rough on us, but rough with the connection with my wife because we have no cell phone service out here. The only time we have any type of internet or communication is with the internet here that we brought, the Starlink internet, and it's when we're out and about. Luckily, we're close. Our fob is close to where the tornado hit, and the cell phone service, no matter what carrier it is, you can connect to the tower. You'll have three, four bars on your phone, but you can't make any phone calls. You can't receive any text messages. Can't do anything like that. Um, and while dealing with dealing with the cleanup and helping people, there's so many people around that are donating their time, feeding people, bringing water around. It, it made me think today about how how you can just expect someone to be there the next day. Like we all know, but we may not act like it, that tomorrow is never promised to us, and you may not see someone again ever. Like there are people that I knew in elementary school. There was people that I knew way back when I was in the Big C Christian Church, when I was traveling around all over the place. Never saw them again. There were people that I was close to in high school that don't talk to anymore. There's no communication back and forth. I remember I used to try and be that glue to hold everyone together, but everyone grew up and went in their total separate ways, which is okay. Everybody grows. Everybody goes in their different directions, and you just have to accept that. Which, like I said, that's cool. Um, but what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, my wife, she is constantly reaching out to me. That was since we were together, there was never a day that we didn't communicate. And when I became an over the road truck driver, I needed to always have communication with her or she would panic. I even got, now that I'm thinking about it, my Sojourn Gear fanny pack. I even got my Garmin InReach Mini, if this will focus. There it is right there. And it's my little satellite communicator because I would go to places as a truck driver and wouldn't have any cell phone service. So that was the only way. I pressed a couple of buttons on there, have a preset message letting her know that I'm here, I'm safe, everything is okay. And it would send her my GPS coordinates. So in case I didn't show up the next day or didn't communicate with her, she was put at ease a little bit just in case that day came where she didn't see me again. She knew where to start looking for me. Hey, down here with this tornado, people people were at home, somewhere in their beds. Then they started hearing the hail hitting their buildings or breaking windows and stuff. And for some, it's like that was it. Like, it was raining, it was windy, some hail hitting things, breaking things. Other people, they weren't so lucky. The wind just picked up their entire existence and launched it over there with them inside of it. Some didn't survive, some did survive, and the ones that did survive, coming back, picking through these piles of rubble, trying to get their life back, and having to deal with the fact that their things, their items, their heirlooms, their history, they're never going to see again. It's gone forever. Some of their family members, because of the storm, they got sucked out of a window, or that entire room just gone. They're never going to see those people again. People that they grew up with, they hung out with, it's gone. Never going to see them again. So it can be heart-wrenching sometimes when you see someone go through all of those emotions, that dig through a pile, find a couple of pictures, find some artwork. This woman today, she found a painting that her grandmother painted for her, and one of those fold out visors that you stick in your window to keep the sun out of your car. She found one of those that had smiley faces on it. The visor wasn't the important part. It was the smiley faces that was on there that meant the world, not to her. Her grandson that's still alive, that went through this tornado, loved the little yellow smiley faces. So she grabbed that visor out of a pile of rubble and said that she knows this will make my grandson's day, just because he loves these little smiley faces. That was the only two things that she grabbed out of the pile. A painting that her grandmother painted for her, and a visor with smiley faces that meant that she believes will mean the world to her grandson because he likes smiley faces. That interaction with her could have gone completely differently. What if her grandson didn't survive and she was going through her pile of rubble and saw that, thought about her grandson, knowing that she was never going to see him again, and he loved smiling faces, those smiley faces. Things change that quick. There's not a lot of time in this existence. One, to dwell on the past, not live in the future, not have a relationship with the Father. It's so little time that you have. If you're not making memories with the people that you care about, you may never see them again. That's just gonna be it. It's gonna be a history footnote that you could think about, like, I should have, or I wish that I would have. Or you may be at peace that that's it. I'm never going to see that person again. I'm never going to hear their voice. Like my brother Zen, for years, I kept a voicemail of him, the last voicemail I got from him, planning to come to my house, leave his car at my house, so that that weekend we can repair the brakes on this car because they were completely gone. The next day, he had a heart attack. That was it. Never got to see him again. I got to see his shell again. Where he went, I will never see his spirit again. I will never be within his presence anymore. At least not knowing. He could be watching over me now. You never know. You won't know until you can't have this same life experience and understanding that yes, that they're right there. They're walking beside you. They're going to battle with you. But how we perceive things, you'll never see them again. Like, there's every time I walk out the door, that stays in my head. I may never see my sons again. I may never see my wife again. When I go do things for Grindstone, some of the stuff that you all know about, some of the stuff you don't know about. Am I gonna make it back? Tomorrow's never promised. Get right. Learn how to pray. Read the word. Find peace. Make memories. Enjoy life. That's about it. Shalom.